All right, everyone, 2025 is upon us. And a year from now, when we look back and it's New Year's Eve and we're thinking about the year we had, I want us to be able to say, yes, I absolutely crushed it. I killed it. I absolutely slayed this year. I'm so proud of myself. It all starts from now. Being able to be so proud of ourselves in 1 year, it starts from now. It starts from this month, this week, this day. It starts now. So let's set ourselves up to crush 2025. Come along with me. Let's walk through it. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mindfully Aligned. And I know that intro was a little bit intense, but that's how I feel. Honestly, New Year's Eve and the start of the new year always just has a weight on it to me. It feels very intentional to me. It doesn't, like the going out scene for New Year's Eve, it doesn't necessarily resonate with me, because when I think about starting the new year, I think about setting my intentions and manifesting and all this stuff. So for me, it does feel very much like, okay, you want to have a good year, it starts now. And so I know many other people feel that way. You know, when we think about the year, we have a way that we envision it going. And of course, we want it to go that way. But also, of course, life happens too. But how can we make sure that things fall into place the way we want it to within the realm of our own control? You know what I mean? Leaving room for stuff that's going to happen. But how can we at least make ourselves proud this year? Strategic goal setting. Now, I love this. I implemented this method that I'm going to share with you guys in today's episode in 2022, and it absolutely changed my life. You know, it's easy to say that I want to do this and I want to do that in the new year, but how do we make sure it actually happens? You know, how can we make sure that within the realm of our control, we get the year that we desire? So, without further ado, let's get into it. My favorite way of setting goals so that I can actually achieve them is my quarter system. Now, I went to a school that I went to Drexel University, and they didn't have semesters, they had quarters. Now, also in the real world, we measure time by quarters, Q1, Q2, Q3. If you're in the corporate world, you hear that a lot. If you're running a business, if you are a part of a corporation, there are goals and standards set for each quarter. All right, Q1, we're going to be doing this. Q2, we're going to be doing that. Even if you have a budget, you have your goals set by quarters. And I thought to myself in 2022, when I implemented this, I was like, you know what? In the real world, you don't just have a blanket goal for the entire year and just hope you get it. It can kind of be a lot. You know, you wind up biting off more than you could chew. It leaves you with a bit of a lack of direction. Whereas when you have a quarterly goal, it helps you stay focused and it helps you hone in on just 3 months. All right, for these 3 months, for this season, I'm going to lock in on this thing. I'm going to focus on getting better at this thing. And what I love about it is that each of these goals lead into the big overarching goal. So, step 1, set your main goal for the year. And you can have a few of them too. I like to have a couple, you know. In fact, I encourage everyone to have like one physical goal, one mental goal, one career-related goal, so that we are really pushing ourselves in all facets of life and just really becoming better in every way that we can. So you have your 3 main pillars of your goals, right? But even if you don't know exactly what you want in terms of that, maybe you can't even get really specific, at least try to think, okay, who do I want to be? How do I want to feel? Sometimes it can be as simple as, I just want to be happier. You know, this year was tough. Next year, I just want to be happier. Or I want to have better friends. Like whatever you want it to be, it can be as specific, like the 3 pillars, or just an abstract feeling or something you want to embody. I want to be more confident, whatever it is for you, all right? And now you break that into 3 to 4 steps that you think it would take to get you there. So if my goal is to become more confident, then I would have a goal for Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4 that all set me up to be more confident at the end of the year. So instead of just overall throughout the year being like, oh, I need to be more confident, that was my goal, right? I already lost. I'm not more confident, and it's March and I already lost. I already my New Year's resolution is done. No. Instead, all you have to do is just hone in on that mini goal that you set for those 3 months. So if my goal was to become more confident, I would say, okay, in quarter 1, I'm really going to be like, in the winter, I'm going to really be diligent about affirmations, making sure I am speaking nicely to myself, and I'm going to start developing a routine for the gym. All right, cool. Instead of saying, okay, I want to be more confident, that's so abstract. What does that mean? Instead, okay, now I know that from now until March, I just need to work on my affirmations and my self-talk and continue going to the gym or solidifying a routine that works for me. That is so much easier and so much more quantifiable and just easier to wrap our heads around. Okay, from now to March, that's what I need to do. And I know it's going to feed into my goal later on. And then when March rolls around and you think, okay, what do I want the next 3 months to look like? How can I make myself more confident over the next 3 months? Okay, cool. Now I'm going to be going to the gym from 3 days a week to now 5 days a week. Okay, now I'm going to be trying to find a wardrobe that works out for me and suits me well before the summer starts. That could be your next goal. You see, and then as you continue to build and build and build upon that, the goal that you had becomes so easy. It's less of a concept now and more of your reality. So yeah, that's what I love about quarterly goals. It really breaks things up into manageable little chunks, so you don't have to worry about the whole overarching theme all year. Now, the other thing I love about it is that it helps our natural human rhythm. Now, what does that mean? Okay. The thing is, as humans, we naturally are in tune with nature. In the winter months, it's more natural for us to want to stay inside more, go within, self-reflect. And so by having quarterly goals, we can kind of frame our goals that way. In the spring, it's a time of rebirth and renewal. We are going outside more. We are changing ourselves more. Everything is feeling fresh and new. We're putting ourselves out there more and thawing off from the winter. Now, when I started shaping my goals to reflect that, everything just became so streamlined and so much easier. If your goal is to be more confident, okay, in the winter in Q1, you start from within. I'm going to do affirmations. I'm going to be working on myself a little bit, and that just not even for confidence. That goes for every goal that you have. In the winter months, you can really start small, build a little routine that goes hand in hand with your main goal and build from there. It's the building stage. It's quieter. It's all focused on you and how you want it to look. And then in the spring, you are building upon that. You are reinventing yourself. Okay, you spent winter deciding who you want to be, building yourself up to conquer the rest of the year. Now in the spring, you can act. It's a time of action. It's a time of getting really started and hitting the ground running. So again, if my goal is confidence and I spent all winter working on my self-talk and getting comfortable in the gym, by spring, I can start looking at a new wardrobe, what clothes compliment me, and that is natural with the rhythm of nature, and therefore it's natural with the rhythm of us. And that's what I love about it, because instead of making goal setting this lofty, faraway thing, this abstract thing that I want that seems so far, but I need to have it by the end of the year or I'm going to feel disappointed. Instead, it makes it smaller, easily attainable, and more natural to get it. It helps you get a natural flow. And that's what I love about it. And now the third piece for implementing these quarterly goals, I love to have a quarterly lock screen. So I always will mention the lock screen vision boards. Those are my favorite things. Easiest way to manifest the life you want subconsciously without even trying. And I love doing it because you can change your lock screen every 3 months. And so January, you can make your lock screen based on your goal for the next 3 months. In March, you can make it for the next 3 months. For spring, you can give it a spring aesthetic, a spring vibe, and you continue for the next 3 months. And it reminds you of where you want to be in this season, in the next season, and the season after that. and it makes it cute. You look at your phone and it's a cute little spring vibe, spring aesthetic, but it still reminds you of the bigger goal at hand. And, your quarterly goals, they also don't necessarily have to be feeding into the wider goal of the year. Maybe you don't even know still where you want to be at the end of 2025. All right, that's cool. Where do you want to be in 3 months? Think about it that way. In 3 months, maybe you want to read more books. Okay, cool. In the next 3 months, what's your new goal? But either way, I just feel like whether you have a big idea of how you want this year to go, or you just want to take things step by step and see where you go, the 3 month, the quarterly goal system is so key and so easy and effortless because, looking down at the year ahead of you, it can be daunting, but when you break it up into chunks, and you give yourself a cute little Pinterest board, a cute little iPhone lock screen that goes along with it, it makes things a whole lot easier, a whole lot more manageable, and again, a whole lot more naturally flowing. And that's why I love it. So I highly, highly recommend it. When I had my 2022 lock screens and my 2022 quarterly goals that I started back then, it is absolutely amazing to see how each time I did it, I turned exactly into that person that I dreamed up for those 3 months. And I was really able to continue building her, a Danze 2022 version. And I've continued that, and I'm really happy with where it's gotten me so far. I can probably include some of the boards on the screen that I've done throughout the years and the comparison of what I looked like at the time and what my life was like. And truly, I highly recommend it, you guys. It is super easy. I know that for me, the new year can be intense, but it doesn't have to be, especially when we are setting our goals strategically. So that concludes today's episode, and now it is time for the song of the week. All right, so today's song of the week is a song we all know and love. It's called Kiss of Life by Sade. Very, very relaxing and beautiful song. And I know you're wondering, Adante, why this song? Do the lyrics have a meaning? Why this song? Truly, because to me, it just gives January energy. It is so chill and laid back. It reminds me of sitting on my couch and having a glass of wine and writing my goals down for the year. I don't know. It's just chill vibes. And if we're going along with the energy of the year, what's natural, the natural rhythm of the year, to me, this song screams January. And so that is why it is the song of the week as we roll into 2025. So I hope you guys enjoy. You can play it on the Aligned playlist where all the songs of the week live. And I hope you listen to it while you are also making your quarterly goal list. So that concludes today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and connect with me on the Mindfully Aligned podcast Instagram. I am so excited for this next year. Thank you guys for rolling with me into 2025. I know that we are absolutely going to crush it this year. Till next time, Happy New Year, guys. See ya.